This is the Red and Gold Fan Club from KPIX and CBS News Bay Area.
Hey, I am Ann Magovic. Welcome to the Red and Gold Fan Club NFC Championship Game edition. For the third year in a row, the 49ers are just one win away from the Super Bowl. Last weekend, the Niners stormed back in a storm to beat the Green Bay Packers, and now they are getting ready to host the Detroit Lions Sunday at Levi's Stadium with a trip to Vegas on the line. And of course, since this show is called the Fan Club, time to introduce our fans of the 49ers. These are our super fans, and we're going to get their takes on the matchup. This time, everybody is representing the South Bay. First up, a face you might already know.
Hey, 49er faithful. How you doing? It's 49er Mark here. Hopefully you recognize me out in the tailgates between green lot and blue lot and away games. Fun fact about me, I was immortalized back in 2020 on our way to the Super Bowl in Miami against the Chiefs when we won the NFC Championship game at Levi's Stadium. Somebody caught me and put me in a book, and I was crying. So I will forever be known as the crying fan at the NFC Championship game 2020. But for this year, ahoo, 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 as we go to this next NFC Championship game and continue on our path to 6.
All right, no tears today. Mark, welcome back. This is your second appearance on the Fan Club, and obviously you're the winner of the best hat contest. Like you said in your video, many members of the faithful already know you. In fact, many of the other fans that we've even had on the show have sent us pictures of them with you. How do you build up this kind of notoriety?
That's been my whole mission, is to make those connections with the 49er faithful. That's the best way that I feel that you can make those engagements and get to that true passion that we all bring. Not just me, but every faithful I know, everybody here that you have, we're just passionate.
All right. And you certainly are, and you are showing it in your face and on your head. All right, next up, time to meet Raj.
How you doing? My name is Raj Melwani, and I run the social media brand Our SF 49ers on all platforms, and I cannot wait for the NFC Championship game between the 49ers and Lions at Levi's Stadium on Sunday. Boy, oh boy, I'm a lifelong fan of the 49ers, and this game means everything to us diehard fans. I hope the 49ers can get this dub and punch their ticket to the Super Bowl. We've been starving for a Lombardi. I cannot wait. I am so excited for Sunday.
All right, as we all are. So, Raj, tell us, how did you become a Niners fan, and do you have maybe an all-time favorite 49ers memory?
Yeah, so basically, growing up, my dad was a Niner fan. He says, hey, you're either a Niner fan or you get out of the house. So I had no choice. My dad said, look, man, you're Niners or nothing. And we hated the Cowboys. That was like our thing, because my family's from Texas. So my dad said, listen, you like the Cowboys or not? My favorite moment was the catch, too.
Okay. It sounds like you're going to be diehard for life with that sort of a talk from your dad. It's either you're in or you're out. Clearly, you're in. All right, let's move on to Debbie, or should I say Mama Deb? We call you also Top Hat Debbie. What is the story behind your incredible top hats?
Well, I've been a 49er fan since 1966 for a long time. So I got introduced to football and the 49ers in particular by my 4 uncles in my great-grandmother's living room watching the 49ers on KPIX, believe it or not.
Fabulous.
And so me being a tomboy, I wanted to know what this is all about. So they take me to a few games whenever we can afford it, and I'm a diehard 49er fan. Any game that I went to, I bought a pin. So before you know it, I have this whole collection of pins. And then you have other people out there that are making pins and everything like that. I would always wear a top hat. So I said, you know what? I'm going to start putting my pins on my top hat. So as of right now, I have 15 different top hats with different pins on it. I have a white top hats. I have black top hats. I have red top hats. And this year, I got a Salute to Military green top hat.
Oh, love it. And who is your all-time favorite 49er?
Bryant Young. He was a mentor to my son when he went to our church. So we're pretty connected. I love him so much.
All right, time to meet Alex.
My name's Alex Tran, and here's some fun facts and a little introduction about me. Lifelong faithful for the past few decades. First quarterback, Joe Montana. Second fun fact, for the past 8 years, I've been running a site, or help running a site named Niners Nation, making articles, curating content, videos, memes, graphics, the whole kit and caboodle. Most noteworthy of late was working with George Kittle on the F Dallas shirt. See, favorite point in history for the 49ers would probably be Steve Young's first touchdown to Jerry Rice in the last Super Bowl that we won.
All right, Alex, glad you could be here. Let's talk a little bit about that George Kittle shirt, because it was one of the stories of the week after the Dallas game. For those who might not already know, it was a tribute to former Niner Gary Plummer, who wore a similar shirt back in 1994. So how did this all come about?
Oh man, well, funny story is I think every time George has played, or we have played Dallas, George has been trying to get that shirt done. So this year he hit me up personally. I think it was during a wrestling match that he was at, and just came up because we were facing Dallas that week. And I was able to move some mountains and make it happen. Shout out to my guy Ryan, if he ever sees this. But yeah, made some shirts. We actually had some shirts all for the tight ends done. Of course, George is the only one that wore it. Yeah, we dropped them off to his house and got to hang out for a little bit, talk. And yeah, I've known George since about his rookie year. So I've been doing a lot of weird little memes and graphics that he's dug for a while. So I didn't expect him to show the shirt, but George is George, and he's just a wonderful human being, and it set the tone. It set the tone for the season, and let's just keep going.
Yeah, so I have to ask, though, what kind of reaction did you get after the game and Kittle's $13,000 fine?
Oh man, my phone was blowing up, and I actually hit up George and I was like, "Hey, what do I do?" Do I I felt somewhat responsible, but George, wonderful human being, he said, my responsibility, my fine, and he will take care of it. And we turned it into a thing. I tried to raise some money for fun to help offset the fine for charity to Operation Freedom Paws and the University of Iowa Seeds. Didn't get near $13,000, but a decent amount to donate, for a good cause. So
Totally.
A win there.
Okay, well, and I'm pretty sure, judging from Kittle's salary, which is, I'm sure, very large, he's just fine. He's just fine. We're good here. Okay.
Yeah.
Still ahead here on the Red and Gold Fan Club. Now that we know our panel, let's break down the matchup. We're going to ask our super fans how the 49ers can end Detroit's dream season.
This is the Red and Gold Fan Club from KPIX and CBS News Bay Area.
All right, welcome back to the Red and Gold Fan Club. We have met our super fans. Now it's time to break down the matchup. The 49ers hosting what is maybe the hungriest team in the NFL, the Lions, one of 4 teams that have never even made it to the Super Bowl. It was just 15 years ago. They went winless for an entire season. Meantime, the Niners just overcame a slow start on Saturday. They staged that fourth quarter comeback against the Packers. So you could look at that 2 different ways. Mark, let's start with you. Are you feeling nervous because of how slow and sloppy the 49ers started that divisional game, or maybe feeling more confident in the way they were able to sort of shake it off and come together in the clutch?
Oh my God, how could I be less or more nervous? That game was just such a nail biter. I was clutching my rally towel. I was standing up. That game I was in knots. And so for this game, I'm feeling confident. I'm going to say, like Dante Whitner always says, details, details, details. Get back for the offense and the defense to play like we all know that you can. And I think that'll bring that victory home.
All right. Thanks, Mark. Raj, same question to you. Where do you stand on a scale of we could be in trouble to we've got this in the bag?
Man, like Mark said, I'm still de-escalating from the stress from that last game. Like, my blood pressure was at an all-time high. I'm still nervous because it's the playoffs. You win, you get to the next level. If you don't, you're done. Your season's over. So, yeah, there's always some nervous energy when you're talking about the playoffs. So I think the Niners are going to win, but I'm not going to tell you I'm super confident, especially with Deebo Samuel hurt right now. So I'm a little stressed out. I'm a little stressed out heading into the game.
Yeah, we're all feeling that. All right, thanks for that. Now, Debbie, Detroit looking really strong this whole season, despite the fact that they have not made it to a Super Bowl yet. What do you think is going to be the key for the 49ers to punch that ticket to Vegas?
I think the key for the 49ers to get to the Super Bowl is to play their game, run the ball. Even though Debo might not be there, use all the tools that you have. We have so many tools that can be used. Let's stick to our regular game plan and do what we do.
All right. Good advice. Thank you, Mama Deb. Now over to Alex. Is there a specific player or matchup on either side of the ball that you think is going to decide this one?
I would have to say we're looking at the offensive player of the year here, Christian McCaffrey. We have to keep him heavily involved in the ground game and just not take our foot off the gas. I think if we don't take our foot off the gas and just complimentary football all the way, trust the man next to you, we'll be good. Other than that, secondary was looking a little spotty last week, but I would just play that up to the weather and slipping. Just, 100% complimentary football.
Yeah, all right. Well, thanks for that, Alex. Still much more to come on the Red and Gold Fan Club. When we come back, a hometown connection on the other side of the ball. The return of quarterback Jared Goff is shifting some allegiances in the North Bay.
This is the Red and Gold Fan Club from KPIX and CBS News Bay Area.
All right, welcome back to the Red and Gold Fan Club. What do you do when the hometown kid becomes the person standing between the 49ers and a spot in the Super Bowl? That is the dilemma for some football fans in the North Bay. Marin County native Jared Goff is hoping to lead the Lions to the big game for the first time in franchise history. John Ramos shows us where it all started.
On Sunday, most of the Bay Area will be rooting for the 49ers to win and move on to the Super Bowl. But at Marin Catholic High School, it will be a homecoming game for one of their favorite sons. And a lot of people will be wearing Lions jerseys as a result. After an impressive playoff win over Tampa Bay, Detroit Lions quarterback Jared Goff talked about what it will mean to travel to the Bay Area for the NFC title game.
It's nice to go back there in front of my friends and family and in front of a lot of my loved ones and play in a place I've played a bunch of times.
This is one of those places, the football field at Marin Catholic High School in Kentfield. The Novato native graduated from here in 2013, and it's hard not to know that because Jared's name and picture is just about everywhere. He holds most of the school's records, throwing 93 touchdowns in just 2 years as a starter. He took the small school to a NorCal championship, coming just 4 points shy of a state title against a much larger school in 2012.
He made things look easy, The simple passes he made look easy, the tough passes he made look easy, and it made you feel like you could do it, even though you actually couldn't.
Still, his coach, Mazi Moyed, says he worked to keep Jared humble by playing him in a rotation early on.
I think we made him a little bit more tough-minded, always kept him uncomfortable, on his toes, and just, never let him get too comfortable, That was the thing when he was here, is like he was so talented, you didn't want to fail him, and so you just kept pushing him.
That helped Jared to overcome a lot of doubt and adversity while playing for both Cal and the LA Rams. But now in Detroit, it feels like Jared has found a home away from home, with Lions fans chanting his name during pregame warm-ups. And his former history teacher says it's shifted a lot of loyalties here as well.
I am like a born and raised 49er fan, but on Sunday I'm a Detroit Lions fan because I'm a Jared Goff fan. What he represents for Marin Catholic, he's a true definition of a Wildcat, so I'm all in on the Lions.
I wanted the Niners to win still, but I think for a lot of people it's going to change, and a lot of people are going to want him to win.
Yeah, I think it is enough to make him root for the Lions. I mean, it's cool to have someone playing in the NFL that went here,
But despite all the success and adulation, his coach expects Jared to stay grounded.
He's a humble guy, and he's one of the best players, you know what I mean?
And you helped keep him humble.
Well, we did our part. He did his.
And the nice thing is, no matter who wins Sunday's game, the Bay Area will have someone to root for in the Super Bowl.
Is the good news. Marin Catholic has won 2 state championships in the past 3 years. Coach says Goff was one of the people who took the program to the next level. Coming up next, we're going to bring back our super fans and give them a chance to show us how they would pump up the Niners with a pre-game locker room speech. You're going to want to stick around for that.
This is the Red and Gold Fan Club from KPIX and CBS News Bay Area.
All right, welcome back. We want to end our official club meeting with something fun. So let's pretend that you are in the locker room, Levi Stadium, giving the team's pre-game speech, trying to get them fired up for this game against the Lions. We did this last week, and they won, so clearly this works. So, Mark, we're going to start with you. Let's hear your pep talk.
Come on, guys. 100%. Give it all. Do your job. Play complimentary football. Leave it on the field. And let's come out victorious. Go, team.
I'm pumped. All right, now over to Raj. Your turn to fire up the Niners.
All right, guys, we're the San Francisco 49ers, 5-time Super Bowl champions. You want to be the 6-time Super Bowl champions? This starts today, guys. We got to get it done. Leave your heart on the field. Don't come back to this locker room without that dub. Let's go, Niners. Super Bowl run starts right now.
Boom. All right, Raj, let's turn it over to Top Hat Deb. Give us your best pep talk.
Well, I'm going to be a little bit more low-key, like I think Kyle would be. All right, men, we fought hard to get here. This is not going to be our last game. We know what we need to do. We're trying to go get that 6th Lombardi. We have the team to be able to do it. We're so ready. All you got to do is do your job. Do your job, and we got it.
All right. Very calm, cool, and collected. Alex, it is time for you to bring us home. You got the floor.
I'm going to keep it low key like Kyle does too. Let me just get it. All right, man, listen up. Every man next to you, look at the man next to you. They're just as important as yourself. You get their back, they'll have your back. Give me 4 quarters. We're knocking on the door. Let's get to the winner. Let's finish the job. Let's go. 100 game.
All right. I can just see him running onto the field now with all of our good vibes with them. All right. Great job, everybody. Thank you all for being here, our super fans, and for you for joining us on this edition of the Red and Gold Fan Club. And a reminder, regardless of what happens this Sunday, we are your Super Bowl station. You can catch all the action here on KPIX on February 11th. All right. Thanks so much for watching. We hope to keep checking in throughout the playoffs. And, of course, we're going to have plenty of coverage on KPIX and CBS News Bay Area.